All right. Well, let's see if I remember how to make a YouTube video, shall we? So this is going to be my latest book haul. I've gotten quite a few things, as you can see behind me. So let's talk about some books. All right. I'm just going to get this big one out of the way. Parental advisory and all. So that's going to be Berserk, the one that everybody talks about. So I finally decided to do some manga reading myself, which I haven't done since I read Naruto as it was published. And I don't even remember how long ago that was. But I used to be somewhat into anime. I watched all of Naruto, Fullmetal Alchemist, and Brotherhood, the movies, whatever Full Metal content existed. Mostly that Naruto. I watched a little, Dragon Ball Z growing up, of course. I watched a little bit of Bleach. I tried some things here and there. And I read a lot of Naruto as well, simply because I had caught up to all of the published anime. So the manga is where you had to continue the story, and it was very far ahead of the anime. So long story short, that's my anime and manga background. So Berserk, of course, a lot of people cover it. A lot of booktubers have ended up reading this as their first foray into manga coverage. I'm going to try it out myself just because I hear so many good things about it. It's apparently very violent and bloody and fucked up, and that's really cool and exciting. These editions are gorgeous, and this thing is like very heavy. You could kill somebody with it. I did get a good laugh out of the parental advisory sticker that came on it, because I've never actually seen that on a book before. Seems kind of silly, but I'm expecting some very, very messed up things in this, and I'm excited for it. Which, of course, leads me to something that I just mentioned, having watched but never actually read, which is Fullmetal Alchemist in these Full Metal editions, which are beautiful. I'm gonna have to get used to the sort of like backwards page turning of manga, because I don't read a lot of manga. So yeah, getting used to the, starting from here and opening it up this way is quite confusing for my brain because I'm not used to it. But I absolutely loved the anime. All of Full Metal was fantastic, so I expect the manga to be basically the same thing, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be part of a buddy read upcoming to be announced, and just really excited to cover this and have some conversations about it. And next up, I'm adding to my Stephen King collection with some random finds at BJ's of all places. So whenever you go to like a Costco or BJ's or Sam's Club, they always have book sections, and I always look just because I'm like, yeah, maybe there would be something cheap on sale. So I actually found Cell, which I haven't heard great things about. I honestly don't hear anybody talk about Cell. I don't really know what it's about. Who knows? Who knows? All I know is that there is a devastating phenomenon called the pulse, and the delivery method is a cell phone. So something happens and everybody goes crazy and kills each other, maybe? Who knows? But you have to go to Maine, of course, as a lot of Stephen King novels take place in Maine, because why not? He's not a writer this time, though. He's a graphic artist, so slightly different than a lot of main characters in Stephen King novels, but who knows? Cell. We'll see what this has to offer. Then, of course, we have Firestarter, which I believe is an older King book. Obviously, this is a newer cover for it, and it talks about how it's a motion picture too. But I don't think the movie's supposed to be very good, but I do know that Firestarter is an older one of his. So again, I don't know how well received it was, how good it is. But you know what? I like Stephen King books, and he has not led me down an incorrect path. Incorrect? Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. He hasn't led me astray yet. I have loved everything of his that I've read, so I'm looking forward to this one, as well as I just continue to plow through my what is now an entire bookshelf of Stephen King novels. And then, of course, we have The Shining, which obviously everybody knows and generally loves. I've seen the movie, of course. Fantastic movie. Everything that I always hear about it is it's a great movie, but it's a horrible adaptation. So I'm curious to see why and like what was changed, because Jack Nicklaus killed that role. Jack Nicklaus is a golfer. I'm done. Jack Nicholson killed the role, and it's forever in like horror movie Hall of Fame status for a lot of people. And I don't know what to expect out of the book. Obviously, I know what to expect at this point out of a Stephen King novel. There's probably going to be some weird sex scene, some like weird sex shit. There's probably going to be a racist character. There's going to be really well realized human beings, though. And based on, I don't know if it's in the 80s, like a lot of his stuff is or not, but he's very good at writing understandable and realistic human characters. And that's always what's so fascinating, because the dialogue is usually really strong. They have great character motivations. And as I said when I was talking about Pet Sematary, which I still need to do a full review for, is that it doesn't take him very long to capture your attention, especially when introducing a new character. Like, you know exactly who this person is within a paragraph, and that's a special kind of gift. And Stephen King is just so good at writing relatable, like, American situations, even when it's like a horribly weird and twisted thriller or horror that it turns into. Just human interactions in like a setting in some like country town in America in the 80s. Like, he's just so good at writing that. It's fascinating. Next up, I am finally going to read Emperor's Soul by Brandon Sanderson, which is in this awesome edition. I think it's just the UK hardcover. I got it on Amazon. They usually don't have like these UK hardcovers. Kind of the same ones that like, you can't see it, but like Edge Dancer and Secret History are in the same kind of format. And they're just really, really nice additions. And I know this is a short story novella book, but it does kind of tie into the Cosmere, right? Yes, I'm getting that right. Everybody pretty universally says this is one of his best things that he's ever written, and that's high praise for a novella to outshine, you know, things like Stormlight or Mistborn. So I'm really, really interested in seeing how good this is and why everybody praises it, because I've yet to hear a bad word about Emperor's Soul, and it's, I think, the only thing of his I haven't read. So, and last but not least, this is a self-published work that the author sent to me kind of out of the blue. So it was unexpected. It does look really cool. I love the art and illustrations on it. It kind of reminds me of like Full Moon almost, of Dresden Files. So this is the Battle of Evermore, and I really like the art style of it. And I don't really know what to expect other than this is book one of what is going to be an epic fantasy. 25-year-old Zach Skyver, pardon me if I didn't pronounce that correctly, sir, wrote this, self-published it. I don't know what to expect. Obviously, I'm a little bit behind on reading self-published books in general, so I need to get better about that. But anytime somebody sends me something, I'm going to show it on the channel. Like, it's really cool for anybody to go out of their way to send me a book. And, you know, hats off to you for, you know, having the balls to write a book and just put your name out there. He's 25. It sounded like this kind of started as a hobby, and he's just putting it out there. So hopefully it takes off for you, and hopefully I enjoy it when I read it. Go ahead and check this out, guys, if you want to look this up. I don't know too much about it other than it's going to be, you know, epic fantasy. This is The Stone of Kings, book 1. So that'll go on. Can we see this? Is this in frame now? Oh, it is. I'm so good at this, guys. Have you ever made a YouTube video? Like, I'm so good at it. I'm always on time. Every week. Nobody questioned that. So yeah, this is all my self-published stuff. So I believe it's going right here. Bam. So there you go. Obviously, Aragon was not self-published, but everything from Zach Argyle over to Corey Zucker is all my self-published stuff. Now I'm just talking about books that you already seen. So that's my book haul. Yeah, stay tuned for some reviews coming up. I'm trying to get back into the whole, you know, recording weekly videos thing, which I just said that I do every week, and I'm never late. I'm always on time, and I'm just gonna end the video. Bye.